Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Town Hall with Lama Surya Das. Today, my good friend Timo Spekkens, and actually the secret is he's everybody's good friend, Timo Spekkens, will be leading. And to begin, we'll have a couple of our usual announcements. We have a long virtual meditation retreat. You can log on via Zoom Saturday, September 22nd at 9 a.m. to 4. And it's a good preparation for what's coming next, which is week-long retreat, the fall retreat in beautiful Litchfield, Connecticut. In my opinion, well worth a trip to be to that area of beautiful rolling Connecticut forested woods. As usual, we appreciate the generosity that keeps the Dzogchen Foundation going. And Timo, it's all yours.
Thank you, Mel. Thank you, my friend. And indeed, I see myself just in the big screen. That's a bit much. I'm going back to gallery view, and maybe that is a good perspective for all of us. I like sitting in a circle, trying to at least attempt to have that in-person feel a bit in here. So let me look around and see all your faces for a moment. Hey, good morning. Yeah, so many friends. Hi. And for those I meet for the first time, nice to meet you. Hello. So here we are. I get to sit here and on behalf of Lama Surya, our close friend for all of us, friend in our heart, right? The Lama within and the Lama in the world, our Lama in this world right here, right now. How beautiful is that? So we just honor the beautiful presence that he has in this world, that he has brought us together. Without Lama Surya in the world, I wouldn't be sitting here. And it was an amazing realization when I went to my first retreat. I read his book, Awakening the Buddha Within, and I didn't really have a practice, really. I always dreamt of that would be a good thing. And then I went to a 10-day retreat and I got blown off my cushion by him. And so this is like nearly 20 years later. I was a late blossomer, never too late, right? So here I am because of him. So thank you. And thank you all for opening your hearts and becoming, at the moment you start recognizing your true essence, you all become immediately the teacher in your world, right? So just take that seat with confidence. And then from the perspective of Dzogchen and Buddhism in general, let's all just not drop into meditation, just really switching into this, our lives becoming the meditation. And let's take the perspective that the person we wish to be is already perfectly present right now. Just feel it. This is it. This is that person in the world. And presence is always present, if we know it or not. So this is the practice of being the loving presence of awareness knowingly right now. So that's the shift. There's a tiny little shift. Yet a boundless shift into the everythingness of every awareness. And even though desire is often frowned upon in these non-attachment circles, desire might be seen as one of the fundamental aspects of bodhicitta, or the wish for all beings to recognize their beingfulness. And then ultimately, all desires express the most basic underlying desire for beingness. Realize that whenever I'm moving into a wish for something, the underlying desire is always, that's it. That's what we wish. We wish to return to our true essence. So sometimes our search for realization or enlightenment is maybe the most tricky hindrance to awakening, to navigate. because we can't become what we already are. Maybe we can a bit, but you understand what I'm trying to say, that we start leaning a bit much and we end up looking for love in all the wrong places. And we can come to rest in the ultimate and only desire we indeed have, the wish for all beings to find the recognition of beingness within. And within that, and from that recognition, there is this blossoming of compassion and love, and a direct expression of wisdom that opens the gates to the wisdom energies. And we feel that. We feel that when we return to our true essence, to our presence in the world, in our expressions with others, that our innate expression is more loving. So indeed, all our cravings and compulsions take us away from the love we already are. So if you wish, let's take a breath together. Take a really deep breath. And with your mouth open, just come to rest in the love that you are. Not so much being seduced by experiences. So indeed, just be beautifully present. Don't switch into meditation. Don't stop meditating. I will say for a few minutes a few more things, but let's try to have transitionless transitions and have the bright light of of the awareness knowingly, loving awareness knowingly on throughout the movement, and also direct perception. So indeed, desire is not a bad thing. Maybe, well, this desire I'm talking about, because once all limiting beliefs have been purified into the desire for beingness, we lose all distractions more and more. And we fan the little flames of the first glimpses of awakening into the bonfire of full awakening, and ultimately enlightenment, which is actually already right here, right now, and all the way to full Buddhahood. How amazing is that? And then the long, long maze to Buddhahood, and then ultimately realize that's why the ones that become realized burst out in laughter. They went like, oh yeah, that was right here, right here. This is it, right here. So the first step into awakening is, I'm not my thoughts, feelings, emotions, and perceptions. I'm that which knows them. So as Lama Surya often says, pull up higher into the light. Like prior to experience, there is already the resonance or the tremor of the universe, the din, the hum of the vibration that we can sense into that actuality of beingness. Can we sense in that together? Can you sense into the actuality of your beingness? We often are so distracted with the movement of life that we overlook our profound awareness. We take the fact that we are conscious so for granted, but walking through walls pales in comparison to the fact that consciousness arises within us and between us. So just for a few moments, notice that you're conscious. Let's take a breath with that. Just relaxing attention, natural body, natural breath and energy, natural mind. Just allowing the mind to fall open, lucid, clear, alert awareness. So there's no tension there at all, no pushing, pulling. Just when we relax, then it starts shining, and the more it shines, it starts shining upon itself and gets brighter and brighter. You don't have to change anything. You don't have to go anywhere. Just relax, just rest. So allow your habitual personal identity to fade into the background a bit. and allow awareness to unfold and just allow its direct perception to shimmer in and with its clarity. And there we are. I am the Buddha that we are. You are the Buddha that we are. That's it. That's all the teachings right there. You feel that? Here's your enlightenment diploma. Direct knowingness. It comes forth and outshines your habitual mind and shines the light of knowing upon all things and upon itself. So there's directness. So there is kind of the ground perspective, the feeling of the essence of awareness, meanness, beingness in the world, and then the being fullness, everything that arises within that. So because when words are used, we drop into a duality right away. So I dare to say right now, kind of a bi-directional perspective, like sensing into our beingness while experiencing and expressing our life directly, not filtering it through the habitual patterns. So just directly be the Buddha that we are. You are the matrix of boundless being, not so constrained by anatomy. Just at least feel like a bubble of awareness in which your body arises, like a local awareness, a little bit of locality, the expression of you as the loving Buddha in the world. There's an apparent localization there, which is okay. So feel into the actuality of your beingness, which arises in this present and only moment. You are recognizing your own being in this interconnected matrix of being. How amazing is that? So we experience our own being as the ground or the stream of being, the spontaneous presence, spontaneously presencing. And then there's this sweet arising as the apparent I amness. It is profoundly personal, this beingness, and simultaneously boundlessly intersubjective. When we recognize our beingness, we recognize the beingness in all beings. So let's take a breath again. And again, recognize the beingness. And recognize in there, where can you be where we are not? Right there. Pure awareness in us as us. And they're not always so soft and sweet, right? There's a tendency to go like, oh, yeah, I'm a sweet little yogi. No, we're the protectors of innocence. We're the protectors of all beings because we have realized our essence. Yes, it will become more profound and brighter and more boundless. Whatever will happen, will happen. But right now, we're already it. So fierce compassion arising on your seat, maybe as confidence and trust. Trungpa Rinpoche often said, not to be beggars, not to be spiritual beggars. He always urged his students to have a strong self-reliance and dignity in their spiritual practice, and not grasping and clinging to all the spiritual experiences and teachings and blessings. And so just realizing that ultimately all those blessings is the finger pointing right back at you, right? The finger is pointing there. This is it. You are the wisdom. And the fact that I'm allowed to maybe do my best attempt to have a bit of a direct flow of words. Any moment, any time you have like, oh yeah, that one happened. You know, I resonate with that. Yeah, you resonate with your own wisdom. It's your perfectly boundless wisdom. Trust and confidence sit up straight in your mind and heart. Take your seat of the teacher. Yes, while being supported by all the teachers that have ever been, including Lama Surya. So, so taking also the perspective not to sit here to fill a perceived lack. You're the everythingness and the every awareness. And yes, in our psychology, maybe there is some shimmers of lack, and we will touch upon that in a moment. Trust and confidence. The trust is knowing that we're sitting at the foot of a long lineage in all the traditions of realization, enlightenment, wisdom, and Buddhahood, Christ consciousness, whatever, all pointing out of the wisdom within, and just feeling the confidence right now. And then, so again, let's take a breath. Have awareness come forth, beingness, awareness. Habitual mind falls back. And then we start metabolizing all experience, all mind states through the energy or the prajna of your awareness or beingness. So that metabolization in this practice often called track shot is like where we allow things to come and liberate upon arising. So everything that is being metabolized by your clear light mind is no longer accumulating karma. And if karma is stepping out of the box for some of you a bit too much, it's no longer complicating your psychology. The flow of self-liberation. And then we can, no matter what pointing out instructions come from the teachings, in this meditation of non-meditation, non-doing, the only little hint of doing that we have, that we maybe bring forth, is the intent. And then you drop it immediately. So let's intensify our beingness, being more aware. Let's intensify the energy, or sometimes called Shakti, intensify the field with intent and desire. And then we start not only finding beingness in our direct perception, but also in the flow of experience, in a soft breeze on your skin, in the sound of the rain, in a kiss, in discomfort, in our little fears, in our big fears. They're all little mirrors, and they all point right back again at our essence. And I just open up again and metabolize. And from that perspective, from the great metabolization, from the great digestion of awakened awareness of Rigpa, there is nothing you can't handle. And then 2 awarenesses are better than 1. And, oh, here, 55 awarenesses are better than 1. So let's flow out to everyone on this call. This from your beingness, with intention, just flow out to everyone. And we hold our beingness interwovenly. How sweet of you to come and be with us. Thank you, all of us. Just feel thank you, because in this collective resonance, we actually facilitate others to recognize their timeless, boundless awareness. And for others and for all of us, amplify and stabilize its brightness, its luminosity, and its non-distraction. And in the collective, we can sense with much more ease and a much brighter, loving shimmer the actuality of loving beingness in this interconnected sea of beingness, in this ocean of loving awareness space. As Longchenpa said, being is light, being is energy, and being is knowingness as awareness. And this is not about sanctifying or idealizing the experience we have and the experience of our lives, or completely over-promising that our lives will be free from the inevitable challenges of this world. But we can metabolize all the difficult mind states in the collective and in our personal arising in a very free-flowing and transforming way. So we are vigilant also to not in some sweeping practice gesture bypass all that we are, bypass our shadowy resonance. We just open up lovingly to the tenderness of the human condition, to everything that we are, not overlooking our vulnerabilities and not honoring our collective and individual psychological and emotional heritage, our interconnected karmic propensities also. Therefore, it's so beautiful and important we come together. We will accelerate the healing of the collective as a collective. Just meeting our experience in this profoundly undefended, honest, open-hearted way. And then even the most difficult and ordinary experience takes on this very luminous, even sacred quality. And we come to truly care about suffering, the suffering of others. Our field of empathy gets wider and wider. And we open up to this interconnected group right here online right now in our multi-generational effort to live in a more humane, loving society. So what is definitely not an overpromise is the fact that when we keep our minds in this open free flow of being, knowing our own beingness among the ebb and flow of our being fullness, there will be a blossoming of positive mind states and a diminishing and even dissolving of negative mind states. So while you hold on to that beautiful, beautiful beingness perspective, and not to bypass everything we're in the world, let's feel into what it feels like to be you right now. But not collapsing into it, but being the wide open field of awareness and let it arise in the loving light in the field of beingness. Welcome everything that I am. And by metabolizing everything that I am, I'm metabolizing in sympathetic resonance with all on this call together. Together. We. We are the Buddha that we are. So let's enter awareness even a little bit more among the resonance of what we feel like. You can only understand your awareness when you are in awareness. And from that perspective, we are no longer expressing and experiencing ourselves from individual consciousness, but from boundless wholeness. And then we notice that our awakened awareness is not only boundless, but also timeless. You have to really feel into this from awareness. If you do this from the regular mind perspective, we end up with a metaphysical experience, but no, really, the actuality of timelessness you can find in my life, everything that comes and goes, all the dynamism of a life comes and goes, comes and goes. But in between, when in the space in between, there is the constancy, the always right with usness, the unchanging brightness of loving awareness. Always. Even when we say, oh, I wasn't really present or aware. No, how would you know your experience if it wasn't always shining bright like all the suns of the universe? Sochen is our birthright. It's the actuality of loving beingness. That's what you are. And thank you for bringing that to us and with us. Then we invite the pantheon of wisdom beings, of all the Buddhas, of all the ones that became realized through all times, all those that became victorious and fully realized. Just maybe place them around you as like this ocean of realized beings, and maybe a few iconic ones that are important to you. Maybe some beings that were very formative in why you are here with us today and why you are becoming liberated. Maybe Lama Surya or Lama Surya's teachers, loving ones that you had in your life. Bring them all around you. And they're all smiling upon you and encouraging you. And we ask them for their gift streams of guidance. And we set our intent. We wish to awaken for the benefit of all beings. And then it's maybe a good time to practice communicating directly from our wisdom perspective. So, Mel, could we please open the prayer book and resonate a bit together with these syllables of perfect wisdom, of perfect knowledge? Every appearance and every event are the mind's miraculous display. In the spacious expanse, we see nothing to fear. It is just reflexive radiance of mind's clear light and nothing else. Hence, there is no reason to react. All activities lie dormant. Therefore, better to rest peacefully in contemplative evenness. And in gratitude for a long lineage of wisdom, teachings, mind training, for us to have the path home lit up. O Horjin Yulji Noob Jang Tsum, Pe Marge Sardong Pola, Yatsen Choki Nyu Du Nye, Pe Majung Ne Jesu Duak, Kor Du Kandro Mang Po Kor, Kie Ki Jesu Dar Drup Ki, Jingi Lap Shir Shek Su Sol, Guru Pe Mai Siddhi Om Ahung Benzar 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 Guru Pe Mai Siddhi Sounding directly from the heart and awakened awareness. Om Ahung Benzar Guru Pe Mai Siddhi 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 Just sounding, just loving. Om Ahung Benzar Guru Pe Mai Siddhi Om Ahung Benzar Guru Pe Mai Siddhi Softly, gently. Om Ahung Benzar Guru Pe Mai Siddhi Om Ahung Benzar Guru Pe Mai Siddhi One more time with just your heart. feel your awareness coagulating a little and move to an experience or a thought? Just relax, just drop it. It's a relaxing of attention, sinking back into the open space of boundless freedom. Just let awareness arise from the heart, come out of the eyes, and mingle awareness with the space all around, and mingle the space all around with awareness. Take the perspective that everything is arising within awareness. No me over here-ness and you over there-ness. Kind of an everywhere-ness perspective. Shifting from gazing into the field of beingness to being the field of beingness. Just keeping this awareness self-fulfilled. This awareness relaxes into itself. Resting into the immediacy of this very moment. Preceding the impulse of suffering. Before or prior for the urge and tendency that moves out to the world, trying to find happiness somewhere else. Keep this awareness self-fulfilled. Just resting into this very moment. The knowing aspect. Rest into the knowing. Natural, boundless peace. Rest into natural, boundless peace. So it's very beautiful to know this space of stillness and peace. But we are also careful that we don't form a new attachment, kind of trying to sit in the spacious, cosmic, blissy jacuzzi. So we do that, but not holding the mind too tight, and just allow the mind to flow. Because what Lama Surya teaches and what the Sochen teachings are about, these are not the practices of transcendence. It's transformation and liberation. So we allow our psychology to move and liberate. So this is where we do a like co-arising mind. Just allowing the movement and the knowing of my true essence to arise simultaneously, knowingly. Just easy flow. Doesn't matter if it's mundane. We don't have to jump on the most shadowy depth of our psychology. Just allow things to flow naturally. Allow awareness to heal itself. Don't let your habitual mind decide what needs to be seen. Let awareness liberate itself. And if you get stuck in a bit of elaboration and got distracted, just bring it back. So beautiful that returning is where a lot of healing is happening. It's strengthening the muscle of non-distraction. Let's synchronize our interbeingness. Take a breath together. Let's take a breath. Flowing out, taking in all things good, letting go of all difficult mind states. And then right here, I awareness, I the being fullness of being, at all times and beyond time, I remain undisturbed and therefore embody peace. I awareness, I the being fullness of being, I am free from resistance and therefore am the happiness and the bliss of being in all beings. I awareness, I the being fullness of being, I am in a unified embrace with all that appears, and therefore the boundless constancy and always right here-ness of love itself. Me too. Yes, me too. Everything is the expression or radiance of awakened awareness. So by habituating this practice of meticulous presence, there's an ever unfolding of well-being indeed. Even among the trials and tribulations of a tender life. No longer common unhappiness is good enough for us. For our hearts there is a deeper aspiration for more freedom, more of a sense of safety, more goodness, more blossoming of love. And that's what we just did. And don't you forget it. This can't be unseen, this beautiful innocence of your heart and its wish for awakening of all beings. I feel I'm here because love is here, appearing as presence, as the very beingness of my consciousness knowingly. And then my heart feels like a shimmer of rainbows on a sparkling spring day. And in that, at the heart of all that compassion bursting from our hearts, I thank you so much for coming to be with us here. And maybe be the essence of healing for all sentient beings in this interconnected sea of beings. Maybe express innate love, happiness and peace. Maybe feel deeply into the beauty and boundless wholeness of our authentic nature. May our hearts shine with compassionate understanding in this ocean of awareness love. And don't bypass the one on your seat. We vow to stay open and connected to our innermost wholeness. We wish to hold all those that enter our realm so they may find their own boundless wholeness and creativity. May they all be healed throughout their interconnected body-mind continuum. Mel, would you please open the prayer book to, I don't know the page numbers in the book you use, but the Bodhicitta dedication, which used to be on page 23, but I don't know. Take your time. Beautiful, thank you. Jangchup semchok rinpoche makyepanam kyegyurchik kyepanyam parme paharyang gongne gongdu pelvashok. May the pure, brilliant sun of bodhicitta dawn in each and every heart and mind, dispelling the darkness of suffering and confusion unstoppably until all are illumined and awakened. And then Lama Surya's Millennium Prayer, please. May all beings everywhere with whom we are inseparably interconnected and who want and need the same as we do, may all be awakened, liberated, healed, fulfilled, free and happy. May there be peace in this world and throughout all realms of existence, an end to war, violence, poverty, injustice and oppression, and may we all together complete the spiritual journey. Hand in hand, heart to heart, all the way home. Love you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Really, don't overlook the immensity of us getting together. It's so amazing. Thank you. So, we have like a few minutes, so if something comes up, please share maybe any realizations or lack of them, or just anything that came up. It's really important. Even simple stuff like, I was really distracted. And there's like plenty of people resonating with it. Whatever comes up. Or we just remain undistracted a bit longer. When you are the expression of wisdom in the world, what questions remain?
Timo, I put that up a little too soon, but you started out with Yeshe Sogal's retreat song.
Yes.
And I've always wondered, I used to wonder why it's called a retreat song. But it occurred to me after a recent retreat, that's exactly the state of mind that a retreat can bring me to.
Yeah.
And I can learn what Yeshe Sogal said there so much through retreat, which brought me back to the idea of the retreat we've got coming up. And I thought I'd close by bringing it up once again, as well as asking everyone to consider a donation to the Dzogchen Foundation and become a member of the foundation. Earlier, I put some links in exactly where to do that. And we are tremendously grateful for anything you can do, and grateful to you, Timo, for your time today, and to the Sangha for sharing this hour with us.
Thank you all for allowing me to sit here with you and choreograph our hearts together. Have a beautiful day.